Good morning, students. Till now, we have learnt about the properties of water and properties of air. Now, third very important natural resource is soil. Now, students, we all know what is meant by soil and how is soil formed. Last year, we have learnt about it. Now, what are the ingredients of soil? That also we have learnt. In the soil, many things, many minerals and minerals are there which are useful for the crops. That is called as the fertilized soil, isn't it? So we know about the soil very well. In this chapter, now we are going to learn about properties of soil. Now, in case of soil, color is an important property of soil. The soil gets its color as a result of several processes. The color of soil near land surface is darker than the color of the lower layers. Soil may be of different colors such as black, red, copper, yellow, gray. Now students, the color is very important property of the soil, and this color of the soil is different in different areas. Different colors like black, red, copper, yellow, gray, these are the colors of soil. The colors of soil are useful for its classification. Besides, they are indirectly useful in indicating several properties of the land. In this way, the properties of the soil such as fertility, drainage of water, capacity to hold water become clear from its color. The color of the soil depends upon its texture also, and its organic ingredients as well as on chemical ingredients like iron and lime. Now student, the color of the soil is useful for its classification. Means the water holding property of the soil, the water holding capacity of the soil, the fertility of the soil, the capacity of holding the water of the soil. Then the color of the soil also depends upon its structure and its organic ingredients as well as the chemical ingredients like iron and lime. These all things are affect on the color of the soil. Okay, now there is one activity given, that is 3 measuring cylinders we need to take, 3 glass funnels, filter paper, water, fine sand, coarse sand, soil from an earthen pot used for growing plants. Now procedure, what we need to do, we need to fit the cones of the filter paper in the 3 glass funnels. Fill the cones with the equal quantities of sand, sandy soil and the clay respectively. Place the funnel on the measuring cylinders. Pour one test tube of water into each of the funnels and observe how much water is collected in each measuring cylinder. Now see student, the sand, in sand the water is not collected that much. The whole water comes down, isn't it? In sandy soil, some amount of water will come down as some little amount of water will come down as compared to the sandy soil. And in case of the clay, the only some water will come into the test tube or into the glass funnel, into the glass cylinders as compared to the both glass cylinder. That means clay has more water holding capacity. Clay has more water holding capacity. That is why we are using the clay soil for growing the plants, because its capacity is more of holding the water. Now next property of the soil is soil texture. Now soil contains particles of different sizes. The texture of the soil is determined by the proportion of particles of the various sizes in it. Which are the types of soil on the basis of its structure then? First of all, sandy soil, silt soil and clay soil. First we'll learn about sandy soil. The proportion of sand means the soil texture is depend upon the particles which are present in the soil, isn't it? Now listen carefully. Sandy soil, the proportion of sand, that means large particles, is high in sandy soil. Water drains rapidly through sandy soil. We have already seen that in our activity. It is easy to plug this soil. It is very easy to plug this soil, but it is less fertile because water holding capacity is less. That is why it is less fertile. This is because the particles of sandy soil are made up of the mineral called silicon dioxide, that is quartz. One more reason is there of its less fertility. It is that the particles of sandy soil are made up of the mineral called as silicon dioxide, which also called as quartz. These particles do not dissolve in water, and therefore the soil has very little capacity to supply nutrients. Understood? That is why this soil is less fertile. Next one is that the silt soil. The particles of silt soil are of medium size. Silt soil is not as pluggable as sandy soil. However, it is much more pluggable than clay soil. This soil contains a large proportion of organic materials. Its capacity to supply nutrients is much greater. Silt soil is also called sedimentary soil. These particles of silt soil are of medium size, and also this soil is not as pluggable as sandy soil, and however it is much more pluggable than clay soil. Means its pluggable capacity of as compared to sandy soil is less, but as compared to clay soil is more. This soil also contains a large proportion of organic materials. Its capacity to supply nutrients is much greater than the sandy soil, and that is why this silt soil is also called as sedimentary soil. And last soil is that clay soil. In this soil, the proportion of small particles is maximum. The particles of clay soil feel smooth to touch, and clay soil has a high water holding capacity. In this soil, the proportion of small particles is maximum. That is why its water holding capacity is more than the other soil, and this soil feel much smooth of touch. Now next one is that the soil structure. The structure of soil depends upon the different shapes of the particles in it. Soil occurs in the form of columnar, laminar, granular as well as block-shaped structures. Now what is the importance of soil? The fertility of soil depends upon soil structure. The advantages of good soil structure are as follows. That is, roots get a sufficient supply of oxygen and water drainage is good. Therefore, the roots of plants grow well. That is the importance of soil structure for growing the crops. And this soil structure depends upon the different shapes of the particles in it. Isn't it? Which are the shapes of the soil then? Columnar, laminar, granular as well as block-shaped structure, which help to supply the oxygen to the roots and also to drainage the water very well from the for the roots of plants, so that it grows very well. Next topic is that uses of soil. Now first use of soil is that plant conservation, that is to help plants grow, and water conservation, that is soil holds water as a result by means of bunds and lakes. We can get water for use throughout the year. Means plant conservation means to help the plants grow. Soil is helping to plants for in growing. It provides the water and minerals to them. That is why plants can grow easily. Then water conservation, soil holds the water. As a result, what we are doing, we are making the bunds and lakes. In that we can store the water for the use for our personal use or for the crops. Next one is that the plasticity. Soil can be given any required shape. This property of soil is called plasticity. Means we can give any shape to the soil. That is called as the plasticity. Because of its plasticity, we can use it to make articles of a variety of shape. These articles can be baked to make them hard. Water storage, earthen pots, earthen lamps, idols, bricks, etc. are articles made from the soil. This plasticity property of the soil, because of this plasticity of the soil, we can use it to make the many articles of variety of shapes which we are using in our daily needs. Now some useful types of soil. That is, first one is that china clay. It is a white in color. It is used to make crockery, bathroom tiles, tanks, laboratory apparatus, masks, jars, etc. That we are using in our kitchen also. Mommy is using the china clay pots and china clay articles in the kitchen also. Shadow soil. It is whitish in color and it is used for making statues and idols. Nowadays, Ganpati will come in next month. So that Ganpati, we are telling that make the Ganpati's idols with the help of shadow soil, so that the pollution will become less, isn't it? That is the shadow soil. Terracotta soil. This soil is red in color. Decorative articles and pots used for growing plants are made from this soil. And multani soil, everyone knows it. This soil is used in cosmetics to make our face, to make our beauty, to make our beautiful, to make us beautiful. We are using the multani soil. Now see, the next topic is that the soil testing. The proportion of the various ingredients of soil can be determined by soil testing. During soil testing, the soil is examined for color, texture and the proportion of organic matter in it. Soil is tested to find out if there is a deficiency of any ingredients and to decide that what measures should be taken to remove the deficiency. The soil sample collected for testing is dried in an open space in the shade for 8 to 10 days. It is then sifted through a sieve. Two tests, namely the pH and the electrical conductivity tests, are particularly useful in finding out the characteristics of soil. You can determine the fertility of the soil in your fields with the help of different tests. Why we are testing the soil? To see that if any deficiency of any mineral is there in that soil, so that we cannot take the proper quantity of crops. That is why we are testing the soil. In short, we are testing the soil, that is our soil is fertile or not, and if it is not fertile, then why it is not fertile and what we need to do to make it fertile. That is why we are testing the soil. Now, causes of diminished soil fertility. Why the soil fertility is diminished? Means finished, going to finished. Soil pH less than 6 or higher than 8. Soil pH should be there less than 6 or higher than 8. Low proportion of organic matter. The low proportion of organic matter, if it is there in the soil, soil loses its fertility. No proper drainage of water. If proper drainage of water is not there, then fertility, the fertile soil will go with the water from one place to another place. Repeated cultivation of the same crop. Have you seen that if your any relatives of you yourself have any farm, at that time you just ask the people who is growing the crops in the field. They are not taking one crop throughout the year. They are changing the crops, so that if we'll repeat the cultivation of the same crop again and again, the soil will lose its fertility. Continuous use of saline water. If we'll use the saline water again and again, then it is also diminish the soil fertility. Excessive use of chemical fertilizers and pesticides. This is also the one cause to diminish the soil fertility. So these are the causes of diminished soil fertility. Now students, here your lesson is finished. What you need to do? You need to complete the exercise in the textbook. And if you have workbook, complete the workbook also. I hope you understood this lesson very well. So complete your homework and workbook also.